Last night, it looked like that swing belonged to Brandon Crawford. Instead, it turned out to be the one that gave the Astros a dramatic ninth inning win. But there's someone else who knows about powerful swings too, and that's Madison Bumgarner. He takes the ball and the bat. Giants Astros next.
Day baseball here at HOU Park. It's going to be a very nice Tuesday afternoon as we get ready to wrap up this short two-game series. Giants Astros. Welcome to NBC Sports Bay Area, and is powered by Xfinity. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Tough loss last night, and you don't get a whole lot of time to get over it. Well, how do you get over it? Well, you send out Madison Bumgarner to the mound.
Well, flip him the ball indeed. Now let's take a look at his last outing. In 5 innings against the Arizona Diamondbacks, he gave up 7 hits, 3 walks, 10 base runners in 5 innings. What happened? Well, the Giants would win that ball game. He would give up a run. And it's been our experience that when he's had a game where he hasn't had great stuff, the next outing he is very good. Lifetime against these Astros, Bumgarner 4-1 with a 2.45 ERA. It's all about pitching today.
And the last time he faced him was 2015. All right, stay tuned. We'll take you to Willie Mays Plaza for an update, and we're going to do that right after this.
That's transparency. By Jack in the Box. Try something different, like Jack's Teriyaki Bowl. Only at Jack in the Box for a limited time. And by SoFi, a modern finance company.
Well, we've got some day game action at the Yard. The Giants looking for a bounce-back win after a very tough ninth-inning loss last night. How do they look to get over that? Well, they're going to hand the ball over to Madison Bumgarner and look for a series split today with the Astros. Welcome back to our broadcast, everybody. I'm Amy Gutierrez. So looking forward to Saturday, a very big day here at AT&T Park as the Giants are getting set to retire jersey number 25 in honor of Barry Bonds' record-setting career. So many memorable moments that we're going to show you this week, but today we're going to focus on his walks, a big part of his game. He holds the all-time career record with 2,558 walks. One of the most memorable, we're going to show it to you, it came in 1998. Then Diamondbacks manager Buck Showalter intentionally walked Bonds with the bases loaded. Diamondbacks were up by 3 in the ninth with 2 out. The move, it actually worked. Brent Maine lined out to end the game. It was only the 6th time in baseball history a player was intentionally walked with the bases loaded. The last time, 1944. All right, Saturday. Big deal, guys. You're going to want to get here very early, like 3:45. Giants strongly encouraging you to get here early in the day. Ceremony starts at 5 o'clock sharp. The Giants do not retire numbers often. You do not want to miss this. There are tickets still available, sfgiants.com. All right, getting ready for Game 2 series finale with the Astros. Madison on the hill. Crew can type have the call. Lineups first pitch. Stay with us.
Weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The boardwalk is open. Visit beachboardwalk.com for park hours. 62 degrees, humidity is pretty high, and it is going to be kind of sunny today here at the park. Here's the Astros lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Bregman, Gonzalez. You see Marwin Gonzalez. I don't want to talk about it. Gurriel, White, and then Reddick. Stassi's going to hit 6th, and it's Davis, Marisnik, and then Dallas Keuchel.
On the hill today for the Giants will be the veteran Madison Bumgarner. This is his 12th start of the year. Bumgarner, 6'4", 250-pounder. He's 29 years old. And when I say he's a veteran, he's in his 9th year at the big league level. 4-4 in the year with a 2.97 ERA. And when you take your at-bats against Bumgarner, you're going to see a low 90s fastball from a low 3/4 release. And it's going to be a ball that has a natural movement that runs into righties. He'll look to establish that side of the plate early in the game. He's got a curveball, slider, and a changeup that he'll also throw at you. Lifetime against this Houston team, 4-1 with a 2.45 ERA. Now let's take a look at the defense playing behind Madison Bumgarner today in the Giants outfield from left to right. It'll be Slater, Duggar, and McCutchen. Good arms across the board. Crawford, Longoria on the left side of the infield, Darno and Posey on the right side. And Nick Hundley, he'll be in the squad putting down the signs.
The Astros winning their 72nd game last night. They're 4.5 up on the A's. Both teams in their last 10 games are 5-5. Astros have a little bit of a cushion. Giants are trying to get a little closer to first place. Here's Alex Bregman. And it's low. So we get started right on time. And a belt tie strike called by Sean Barber.
Well, we've seen a lot of pitcher strike zones of late. Today, not so much. This is more of a hitter's umpire. It's a very low zone. It's a very tight zone. You do not have big corners on this zone.
1-2. The rest of the crew is Kellogg, Hoy, and Walcott, and that goes from first to third. Bregman at 278, 22 home runs, 71 runs batted in. And he rolls this one to third. That's how this game gets started.
Oh! Well, always a good sign when he can start getting ground balls early in the game. We always say if you're playing third base or shortstop and Bumgarner's on the mound, be ready because you're going to get some action.
Gonzalez was the villain last night. He's the one who hit the home run to beat the Giants. It was his 10th of the year, and he pops it up into center field for Duggar. 2 outs. Kind of a gift.
Anytime you get a one pitch out, it's a gift.
Here's Gurriel as you look at Derek Rodriguez, who very, very close to picking up a win last night. And a belt tie fastball for a called strike. Friends for life.
Well, why not?
Up the middle and a base hit. So the first hit of the game belongs to the Astros. And that'll bring up Tyler White. White in the game last night went 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts. And the pitch, and it's a bit high. 250, 3 home runs, 5 runs batted in. And a swing and a foul.
Kind of swung as hard as he threw it. I mean, that is a description in a scout report of guys. Sometimes, you know, as hard as you throw it, they can swing just as hard. Or you can break that swing and slow it down by throwing them soft stuff. And Tyler White looked to me like he was that type of hitter on that last swing. He swung as hard as he threw it.
And the runner goes, and he stumbles. And Hundley stumbles as well, as he couldn't get it out of his glove.
That looked a bit odd.
It really did.
Gurriel, I mean, he's not your prototypical base thief. You can see him stumble there. This will be his 4th steal of the year. He's been thrown out once.
So it's 1-2. And it's high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bumgarner's last start against the Astros was in August of 2015, and he struck out 12 that day. And he won. Like mentioned earlier, he is 4-1 lifetime. Remember, Hundley does not catch Bumgarner a lot, so right now they're trying to get on the same page. And that'll end the inning. For the Giants, McCutchen, Posey, Longoria coming up. Posey and Longoria. Crawford had a home run last night. Will be the cleanup hitter. Then it's Hundley, Slater, and Chase Darno. And there's a reason why Darno is in there against lefties. Duggar 8th, Bumgarner 9th.
On the hill today for the Houston Astros will be Dallas Keuchel. Keuchel, 30 years of age. He's in his 6th year at the big league level. And this is what he has done in 23 starts, 9-9 with a 3.61 ERA, 105 strikeouts against 37 walks. Has great command. You're going to see a fastball that's right about 90. He also has a slider and a changeup. But when he's on, you're going to see a lot of ground balls. I mean, he is a ground ball machine. Since 1987, when they started tracking ground balls, he ranks in the top 4. I mean, that includes Brandon Webb, Derek Lowe, and Bill Swift. All good sinker ballers.
And a strike to McCutchen, hitting .263. He's faced Keuchel 8 times. He's 1 for 8. And a little squibber foul. And it's a quick 0-2.
Take a look at how they play against McCutchen. They set the defense up on the left side of the infield. That's StatCast AI powered by AWS.
And the 0-2 to McCutchen is down low, 1-2.
You know, I always talk about the importance of being in position to field your position after you throw the ball, especially important for a ground ball guy like Keuchel. And he's won 3 Gold Gloves. I mean, he can pick it.
Keuchel wanted it. It's about 4 inches inside. It's 2-2. Overshift. White, the lone defender on the right side, and a swing and a foul as McCutchen breaks his bat, and it remains 2-2. That's what you call hitting one right off the end of the bat.
It's the second time that Keuchel's faced the Giants in his career, and the first time did not fare very well. He's 0-1 with a 7.20 ERA. A finesse guy. He wants you to put the ball in play. He pitches to contact.
Towards the hole, but it's Davis who's standing right there, and he throws him out.
Let's take a look at the Astros defensively, starting in the outfield from left to right. It'll be Gonzalez, Marisnik, and Reddick. Great arms across the board. Bregman, Davis, they'll be on the left side of the infield. Gurriel and White on the right side. Max Stassi, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
Here's Buster. Buster Posey last night took an 0 for 4. And he looks at a strike. 294. Giants catcher today, first baseman, 5 home runs, 37 runs batted in. And a check swing foul, 0-2.
Hey, Lucille's buddies here. Out in the cove. Oh yeah, there are wild animals.
Down and in, 1-2. Longoria on deck. Two and 2. Here's the Pacific Coast League team, right? The Seals.
San Francisco Seals. Rich history. Pacific Coast League was great baseball. Giants first got here in 1958. They were amazed at how knowledgeable the fan base was here.
Posey strikes out. So here's Longoria. Longoria had a hit last night. He was 1 for 4. Has faced Keuchel 21 times in his career, with 5 hits in those 21 at bats. And a breaking ball for a strike, and it's 0-1. Giants right at 500. They're 57 and 57. Tap to third. Charging is Davis. And White digs it out. Keuchel, a quick inning. Second inning coming up.
Mayor London Breed, welcome to the Giants game. You threw out the ceremonial first pitch. Take us through your approach out there. How'd you plan for that?
Oh, I just practiced a little bit and hoped that I would make it over the plate.
You did. You did a good job.
Yes.
Ty Block helped you out. I know you're a native San Franciscan. You know, I'm sure a longtime Giants fan, and you have some favorite players. Will you share who they are?
Oh my goodness. Well, Buster Posey, who was just out there, he's going to get a hit next time, so I'm rooting for him.
You're calling it?
Yes, I'm calling it. Barry
Confident?
Bonds, Willie Mays. I mean, a lot of the greats over the years. I mean, the Giants are just an amazing team.
You're a representative now of San Francisco and what this city stands for. What are the Giants? What's their part in this city and how diverse it is and how loved it is?
Yeah, well, I remember going to my first game at Candlestick Park. And the Giants, they're an institution here in San Francisco, not because they brought us World Series championships, but because they're just a part of the fabric of our city. And it feels so good to come to a baseball game with your family, with your friends. I mean, it's just amazing to see.
1 month almost in office now. How's it going? How you feeling?
Well, it's busy. I'm out on the streets every day, trying to clean up the streets, trying to get, sadly, a lot of folks who are homeless housed, and trying to make better decisions about how we allocate funds in order to address many of the challenges here in the city. San Francisco is a beautiful city. Today, out here at AT&T Park, it's a beautiful day to watch a game, and I want it to feel like this throughout San Francisco.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And you're awesome. Guys, I knew I liked her, and then I found out she's a UC Davis graduate, and it's a done deal. She's an Aggie. Go
I'm
Aggs,
Aggie.
London Breed, San Francisco
What is
Mayor.
an Aggie? Well,
Doesn't matter.
UC Davis. Yeah, we're Aggies.
We're Aggies, and that's all that matters. Dwayne and Mike, let's get it up to you.
All right, thanks, Amy. It's a lively crowd down there, don't you think?
Well, they're going to be talking Aggie stories.
A triple for Reddick. Stassi bounces out to third, and now a strikeout situation for Bumgarner against J.D. Davis.
What's the one thing you learn to do when you go to UC Davis? Drink wine.
On the ground, and again. Longoria is going to recover and throw him out. Nice play. Reddick juked just a little bit, and I think it got Longoria's attention.
Well, I mean, a lot of guys, you know, they're going to go with one out on contact, but you know, I think that Reddick, with the momentum of the play coming to home, that was going to be a challenge between him and Longoria. Now Longoria bobbles it, but Reddick has to make that call, and I think he made the right call. A little bit of a distraction there. It winds up being a play that had to be a little bit tougher than it should have been, but in the end, the Gold Glover makes the play.
So an intentional walk to Marisnik. And here's Keuchel, who's taken his first at bat this year.
Which makes him a bit scary. Look, if he has a bat in his hand and there's a guy in scoring position, you got to respect it. You got to pitch him like he's a third place hitter.
And the first pitch is high, 1 ball and no strikes.
And a lot of these American League hitters, they don't take at bats, so you don't know if they can swing the bat. Just assume that they can and go from there.
Runner's going to go, and the pitch is outside, 2-0. So if Keuchel was ever going to get a pitch to hit, you would think it would be this one coming up.
Yeah, right now he's got to put it on a tee because he's got the take sign. He may have 2 take signs.
Two and one.
How about that? They turned him loose. Well, I mean, look at the swing. It's a pretty good hack.
Well, he also threw him a breaking ball.
In the, I think he does that because he feels he can throw a strike with it better than a fastball. They don't even list the hitter's stats offensively in the media guide for the Astros.
Well,
So-
that's a flaw.
It's a flaw. So we have none clue as to how this guy swings the bat other than looking at those 2 swings.
And then he's got a nice swing.
He does.
And that'll end the inning. A wasted triple. Crawford to lead things off.
Tires, the team you trust.
No score as we head to the bottom of the second inning. I got to ask you, how far would you go for a Togo? Brought to you by Togo's Pretzel-Rami. Last night against the Astros, Brandon Crawford against Charlie Morton. No score, 2-strike count. Whoop. Takes a curveball, knocks it out, 336 feet, 98.7 miles per hour. And for the longest time, we thought that was going to be it.
Yeah, for the longest time.
That's our Togo's Pretzel-Rami.
Here's Crawford. Hitting 279. And a line drive down the left field line. That's a fair ball. It'll carry him right to Gonzalez. Crawford digging for two, and he's going to make it. That's the swing we saw for a couple of months.
You know, when he goes cold, he bars. He bars that front arm. He winds up not using his hands. His hands are what enable him to take the ball the other way. That gives him feel of the bat head. I mean, this is a finesse at bat right here. It takes the outside pitch. I mean, that ball had backspin on it.
Here's Hundley. Hundley's actually faced Keuchel 6 times in his career.
See the opposite field hit leaders in the National League. Joey Votto with 49. Then Crawford and Hosmer round out the top 3.
Hundley takes down low. Hundley 2 for 6 in his career against Keuchel. In tight. 2 balls and no strikes. This isn't where you want a guy like Hundley just to give up his at bat to try to hit the ball to the right side. His job is try to knock him in. And if you get him over, great.
Yeah, try and knock it out of here.
Fouled at the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike.
I mean, even if you hit the ball deep enough in the outfield, say you hit a ball at the warning track, well, that's going to get a guy over as good as a bunt. So you want a productive out here. But swing the bat in case you run into one. Yep. got his rain cap on. You never know.
Happy guy. The 2-1 in the dirt. Nice play by Stasi, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. On deck is Austin Slater. Center field. Coming in is Marisnik, and he's going to make the catch. It's where Crawford. You got to read that correctly, otherwise you're going to get doubled off.
I mean, there are a lot of guys who would have taken the bait.
Yep.
I thought that ball was going to drop. Marisnik makes a nice play. Marisnik out of Southern California. He was a 2-sport letterman in high school, a wide receiver. Good quickness on that route to the ball.
Here's Slater. Slater at 299. 0 for 4 in the game last night with a strikeout. Low. 1 ball and no strikes with Chase Darno on deck. Geichel gets the sign, and it's outside. 2-0.
Had a conversation with Austin Slater about approach, getting a pitch to hit. One thing he was really adamant about, he says, you know, I don't fear the 2-strike count. I don't. The guys don't want to get to it. He says, I don't care. I want to see pitches. Gets in a 2-strike count. I don't really think my swing is that much different from the 2-0 count to the 0-2 count. And you don't hear many rookies say that.
And Slater gets hit.
Well, if you got to get hit. Big slow curveball's not one to do it on. However, anytime you get hit there, I mean, that's bone. I mean, he doesn't even change expression. Doesn't acknowledge it, doesn't rub it, just moves on down the lane. That's not a, that hurts.
Yeah. I mean, it hurts me to even see it. Darno hitting .255, and he shoots from the right field, a base hit. Crawford being waved. There's going to be a play at the plate, and it is not in time. Giants take the lead. Ron Wodas stretching it out.
It's going Ronnie Wodas. You know, and it's not a slam dunk with these outfielders. I mean, all 3 of the Astros outfielders have exceptional arms. Reddick's got 6 assists on the year. And with a 1-out situation, I mean, as a base runner, you're not going to get quite the same type of jump you get with 2 outs, but in the end, not even close. So
I thought Reddick had a shot.
I did too.
So here's Duggar. Duggar hitting .260. Low. Every once in a while, a hitter actually looks like he was trying to do what Darno did. Just kind of reached out and just lined it into right field. And a strike. Duggar. 0 for 3 last night with a couple of strikeouts. Crawford led the inning off with a double. He's in the dugout. He's scored the first run of this game. Never tried to bunt his way on. I like that play very much, to be honest.
Yeah.
Not with a guy in scoring position.
High risk, small reward.
Got him.
Well, our ball babe, Patty Kowalski, she's got the assignment on the third base side, and her husband, Steve, who is an organ donor on the first base side. So we have the Kowalskis every year. Welcome back, Steve and
it's
Patty.
Good to have him here. Here's Bumgarner. Bumgarner had an RBI single in his last start against Zach Greinke. Drives him down the right field line, foul.
She's got her Wilson. She's ready. Hey, Patty.
Outside to Bumgarner. McCutcheon watching from the on-deck circle. On the ground to third. And Davis will make the play, and that'll end the inning. The Giants get a leadoff double by Crawford, and he eventually scores on the Darno base hit. So after two, it's the Giants 1 and the Astros nothing.
Brought to you by Toyota, designed for the grind that comes through every time. See your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
Giants jump out to a 1-0 lead. And for the Astros, they'll have the top of the order coming up, and that'll be Alex Bregman. Bregman bounced out to Longoria to open up the ball game. And the first pitch to Bregman is a called strike. Gonzalez, and then the second baseman, Gurriel. It's an 0-1 pitch and a swing and a fly ball. Left center field. It's going to hang up as Duggar moves over and makes the catch.
Can of corn. That was one of the matchups that I kind of circled coming into this game. Bumgarner-Bregman matchup.
Yeah, the two had never faced each other until today. I always add a little that, well, maybe they faced each other in spring training. Probably not likely.
No. Houston trains in Florida. Giants in Arizona.
Gonzalez saw one pitch and he had a fly ball to center field in the first.
Big difference training in Florida and Arizona. I only had 1 year in Florida, but I preferred Arizona.
There's a called strike.
Better weather, and the other thing too, it was easier to get around. Florida tough, and you have overnighters on. You have road trips, which nobody likes in spring training. Don't have them in Arizona. Ooh, good pitch. Talked about how tight the zone is from Sean Barber, and Madison Bumgarner, I mean, he's going to have an issue with some of these pitches. I mean, that is right there in his mind. That's Pitcast is brought to you by SoFi, a modern finance company.
So that one wasn't close, so that's a walk, and Gurriel's going to hit.
He's still thinking about the 2-1 pitch. So he's going to go behind the mound here and try and cool off, which is what you have to do. You have to let it go. But I do believe that the missed third ball had everything to do with the missed ball 4.
And a soft toss to first. Marwin Gonzalez has a couple of steals. And a strike. Tyler White's on deck. Oh, nice play by Hundley.
Well, I don't know how he got it. He doesn't know how he got that. That's how good that play was. He just takes off. He's sitting on the inside corner. And with Bumgarner, I mean, you know, you can get a little sedentary as a catcher because his command's so good. And every once in a while, he uncorks one that's way weird. And he just did get it.
Hit well to center field. Duggar now with room. As Gonzalez tags. And thought maybe d'Arnaud tagged Gonzalez on the leg, but it appears he didn't. It'll be an out as Gonzalez tags up and goes to second.
Pretty creative slide from Gonzalez, and exactly what you had thought. d'Arnaud never tagged him. But boy, I mean, if he doesn't have a slide like that, he's out. That was a nice play from Duggar. And a nice play from Gonzalez to put himself in scoring position.
First pitch strike to Tyler White. In tight. 1 ball and 1 strike. So each team with 2 hits. First base is open, but Reddick's got a little bit of ownage on Bumgarner. Swinging a foul, 1-2. Five pitches in now for Bumgarner. Two and two.
Trying to wrap that curveball around, and he just has not completely locked it in. Doesn't mean he'll quit throwing it. I mean, he'll keep coming back to it. Figure at some point he'll pick it up along the way.
And that'll end the inning as he got him looking. It'll be McCutchen in the top of the order to lead things off.
Just an hour north of the Golden Gate.
It's a 1-0 lead for the Giants as Andrew McCutchen stands in. And McCutchen takes a strike. Gurriel moves over to the third base side of second base. White, the lone defender, on the right side. McCutchen bounced out to third. Here he takes low to even the count at a ball and a strike. Buster Posey on deck, and then Evan Longoria. A double by Crawford and a d'Arnaud single. That's the difference in the game. There's a bouncing ball sharply to third, and McCutchen's retired. Giants will kick off a Bonds weekend this Friday. Special event ticket holders will receive a statuette commemorating Barry's 35 splash hits and a rubber chicken walk counter and a ticket to the ball game. sfgiants.com/special events for tickets.
The next person.
So here's Posey. Buster struck out in the first inning. Here he takes pitch maybe a little low.
I think that's what Keuchel wants to do. When he misses out of the strike zone, he wants to be below it. Most sinker ballers say that.
And a one-hopper kicked around a bit by Gurriel, but he recovers. 2 down. So two quick ground balls, and here's Longoria.
That's a beautiful thing about sinker ballers. I mean, they get a lot of quick outs, 3 pitches or less. That's a QO, a quick out.
So Longoria, who bounced out to third, and he takes just a little low. 1 ball and no strikes. Nice crowd today. Appears to be very close to a sellout as this is driven into right center field. But Reddick, who's playing out in Triples Alley, takes that one away from Longoria. Giants with a 1-0 lead as Josh Reddick is going to lead things off. Reddick with a triple to open up the second. Here he takes outside. I said he had a little ownage on Bumgarner. Now he's only faced him 4 times. He's 3 for 4.
That's ownage.
And Reddick lifts this one out of play. Reminding our fans that if a ball is hit into your level, keep it in your level.
Yeah, you can't let it get down the level below you.
Not let it go down to the folks below.
It's a rules violation.
It's a sense of pride. One and 2.
And remember, when you head out to the yard, always bring your glove.
An old glove will really appreciate that too. Got him. Let's check in with Amy G.
All right, gentlemen. Well, Giants fans should probably get used to seeing the Astros third base coach Gary Pettis in the Bay Area a lot more often. His son Dante, drafted by the 49ers this year. He was a receiver and a return specialist at Washington. He set an NCAA career record with 9 punt returns for touchdowns. I talked to Gary about his son yesterday. He says it's a very special time for him and his family and their friends, and he loves that Dante gets to stay on the West Coast. He loves it out here. He said his best advice to his son, guys, was to work hard every day, even when you don't want to, because someone else will. Guys?
It's great advice. I mean, Gary Pettis looks like he can still play.
I'll bet he could. Gold Glover, he could play.
1 ball and 1 strike.
Smart player too. No surprise that he is a coach, a third base coach, and a lot of people believe that Gary Pettis could be a manager.
We'll be watching his son a lot once the football season starts. The exhibition games, regular season games. It's 1 and 2.
Jeff Kellogg, the crew chief over at first base today, ringing him up. That was a pretty easy ring him up.
Got him.
Well, you want to see some highlights about Dante Pettis? We're going to show you highlights. And I assume he's going to return some kicks for
Absolutely.
the Niners.
And that guy will be watching. Davis, slow roller. Longoria coming in. And one third baseman throws out another. Crawford, Hundley, Slater coming up. Seven innings, 3 hits, no runs, no walks, 7 strikeouts. He threw 94 pitches, and if ever a guy deserved to walk out of here with a win, it was Derek Rodriguez, and he did not.
Well, it's been fun to watch this guy establish himself at the big league level, and I mean, he has been one of the really remarkable stories that has surrounded this team here in 2018. And you look at him, you say, this kid's going to have a great career, and he is.
Crawford takes inside for a ball. He doubled on a left field line in the second, and he has scored the only run. And he shoots this one into center field for Marisnik. Smart Play is brought to you by your Northern California Ford dealers. Last night, Brandon Crawford, as always, showing his Gold Glove defense. Backhand stopped in the second. Tough short hop in the fifth. And it was Martin Maldonado who hit the ball both times. And here's Hundley. Hundley lined out to center field in the second. And a swing, gonna miss. No balls and 1 strike.
That's what he's looking for right there. He's looking for a mistake up. Say, how do you hit a sinker baller? Well, you know you're going to see a lot of stuff around the knees. How do you look for them? You look up. You look for mistakes.
On the ground to third. More work for J.D. Davis. 2 outs. Here's Slater. Slater got hit on the knee. That was right before Darno shot a ball to right field for a base hit and an RBI. And a strike to Austin Slater. Tries to check his swing. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now just trying to get on for Darno. Just 2 hits for each team in this ball game. Out of play, 1 and 2.
That is the spot right there. Happy. Oh yeah.
Happy as can be.
I've been fed. I just got changed. I'm dry. Life is good.
2 and 2. Only 46 pitches for Keiko. And a base hit for Slater. A line drive into left field. And here's Darno.
Watch the way he goes down and gets this thing. I mean, he really uses his hands well. Ball drops down and in, elbows bent through the swing. That's just a beautiful swing. I mean, you see a guy who has that type of balance in his legs, and he can use his hands like that. If it's balls in, he'll go to the left. If the ball's on the outside part of the plate, he'll go to right. I mean, those are the guys that hit for average.
Darno fouling this one down the third base line. His base hit went to right field. Jam shot, and that hit Darno somewhere. There's Bochy's coming out along with Eric Ortega, the Giants trainer.
This is concerning. Chase Darno is tough. I mean, he's one of those guys that just, you know, he doesn't give in to pain. Got him right on the knee.
You know, you can, it's kind of like getting hit on the funny bone on your elbow. There's spots on your knee if you hit it like this.
That's the spot right there.
You'll think that you just exploded.
You know, even catchers that have shin guards on, when they get hit in the knee in that spot, they go down.
Yeah, it's right on the inside part. There's a little gap there that you can hit that spot, man.
That's the eject button. And you hit that thing and your body is going to bail out on you. Well, here's the weird thing is you got to continue your bat. You got an AB going and you got an 0-2 count. But like I said, I mean, this guy is, he is cowboy tough.
If you're not sure how you're feeling physically, you kind of have to go to the umpire and say, all right, if I let somebody else finish the at bat, whose record does it go on?
Well, if it's an 0-2 count, it's going on your record.
So if Panic comes in and makes an out, then Darno gets the offer.
He gets the offer.
Well, then he's got to stay in there and hit.
Absolutely. Even if he's got to swing on one leg.
They're going to let somebody else. I mean, that's a total freebie.
Yeah.
I mean, that to me, That's what he's saying. He said, I'm good enough to finish this at bat. We'll talk later.
All right, let's try that again. Yeah, I think I can do this. Yeah, I can do this. I think I can do it. Well, maybe. How much time have I got left?
Oh, am I going to need a bat? Yeah. Going to have my helmet?
He's coming out.
I think when he squatted and actually tried to run a little bit, that was it. So it's going to be Hansen who will finish out the at bat.
One more time. Right in it. I mean, and it hit him at a high velocity. I mean, it's like getting hit on the pitch here. And it just eject.
Lit him up. So Hansen's going to hit. And he'll hit with the count of 0-2. And he takes a low 1-2. It's a little bit odd going up there when you're down 0-2.
Well, I mean, you got to be in the protect mode.
Right off the bat. And that'll end the inning. We will head to the 5th. It's 1-0 Giants.
Barry Bonds steps to the plate with 755 career home runs. And let's listen to my partner, Dwayne Kuiper.
And we'll do that in between hitters. So here's Marisnik. And Marisnik rolls it foul right behind Pettis. And it's no balls and 1 strike.
Hard to believe it was 11 years ago today. Barry Bonds stepped in the box with 755 home runs.
Down the left field line, it's going to be trouble, and it's a fair ball, and it's up against the wall.
All right, my partner Dwayne Kuiper on the call.
And Bonds hits one high. It's a
He is on top of the all-time home run list. Here's Keuchel with Marisnik at second, and his bunt attempt is popped back and out of play. Yeah, it seemed like those 11 years went pretty fast.
It did.
In the middle of it, though, it helps if you win a world championship or 3.
Yeah, that helps. I think that's what makes it go fast.
Bumgarner takes a look at Marisnik. He'll be retiring Barry Bonds' number on Saturday. Make sure you get here early, like an hour and a half early. There's a pitch high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, the first pitch is 6 o'clock, so we're talking 4:30, 4 to 5 would be about the time to get here. And a bunt foul, 1-2. Gates are open at 3:45. One and two.
Be a lot of history on the field that day. All the Giants Hall of Famers will be here.
And a snap throw to second. I think Bumgarner would like to know where the pitch was.
Well, I agree with him. I thought the pitch was there. Not getting many corners today from Sean Barber. I mean, Bumgarner wants this strikeout. He does not want this out to be productive.
Got him. So that's strikeout number 6.
Yeah, that's the one he wanted.
I don't think there's any doubt it's easier for National League teams to go into American League cities and just throw out the DH, right?
Yeah.
Just get a hitter. Not the same when American League teams come into National League parks, because now you're going to ask guys to do stuff that they haven't been asked to do all year, like was asked of Keuchel. Hey, we need you to bunt. Well, how many times have you done it? None.
None times.
And that doesn't mean that teams can't work on it before you play a National League team, but
still, it's not fair. It really isn't.
Not that I want it changed, by the way.
None. None changes.
1 ball and 1 strike.
We like it. But the point you make about the National League going in and DHing, they love it. I mean, they give guys rest, keep their star in the game. He can DH and he doesn't have to use up his legs playing defense, especially if you have a catcher like Buster Posey.
Well, there's one guy on this Giants team, a pitcher that doesn't like it at all. And he's pitching today, because he wants to hit. Yeah, that guy. 2 balls and a strike. Hit out to left field. And Slater will put it away. And here's Gonzalez. Gonzalez has flied out and he's walked. This will be pitch number 58 for Madison Bumgarner. We are in the 5th with 2 outs. No balls and 1 strike. And Hundley keeps it close.
Marwin Gonzalez is one of those guys that can look completely lost on one swing.
Yeah, but don't trust him.
But don't trust him. I mean, he can beat you on the very next pitch.
On the ground, foul, 0-2.
Next pitch for Bumgarner will be number 60.
Fouled again. It stays at 0-2. Bumgarner, like he does most of the time when he gets a new baseball, he will get it back and rub it up. He gets a little moisture off of his forearms, rubs it up.
I think Hundley has an idea about throwing a fastball up and in, and it's set up. You know, Bumgarner, he's a guy that has no problem throwing the ball above a guy's hands. I mean, he plants that ball in tight to righties consistently, and most of this at bat has been soft, off-speed stuff. So you have an idea as a catcher, go out and talk about it. In the end, a guy in his 9th year like Bumgarner with his reputation, I mean, he's going to have the final say-so on what gets thrown here.
One and 2 on the pitch to the back foot. Bumgarner wants a new baseball.
That's how fast it takes a big league pitcher to put a ball in his hand and know that he wants to throw it or he doesn't want to throw it.
It's true.
As soon as your hand touches it, you can either say, oh
Like,
yeah.
I'm like that with French fries.
Haven't met a French fry I don't like.
2-2. Bumgarner does have a base to play with, but I don't think he's thinking about that just yet. Three and 2. Maybe using it though.
He keeps going down the below the strike zone with off-speed stuff. I mean, they're just staying away from the fastball. And he totally convinced him he can hit the fastball last night. That was the swing of the bat that decided the game. And with an open first base here, I mean, they are just not letting him have anything that remotely looks like a fastball.
Hit into center field. Duggar on the move, and he'll put it away, and that'll end the inning. It remains 1-0.
SFN. 1-0 Giants. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning, and once again, it has been all about pitching. A good old-fashioned duel, which has really been the theme here the last couple months.
Duggar on the first pitch bounces it foul. Duggar struck out in the second.
Well, he also never had any at-bats against Keuchel. And that immediately puts you behind the 8 ball if you're a young hitter. So now it'll be interesting to see how he tries to adjust off what he saw in his first at-bat. So once you learn a guy's breaking ball, you're a little bit better equipped to take some good ones like he has the last 2 pitches. You can tell a lot about a young hitter as to how he goes and makes those adjustments at bat to at bat.
Foul. Well, it's not meant to be an easy league, right?
No, it's not.
So Thursday Greinke, Friday Corbin, Buchholz Saturday, Robbie Ray, Charlie Morton. Dallas Keuchel.
It's the big leagues. Well, a reminder, this Thursday is the annual Jerry Garcia Tribute Night here at AT&T Park. Your special event package will include a Jerry Garcia t-shirt commemorating his national anthem performance at Candlestick Park and a ticket to see the Giants take on the Pirates. Go to sfgiants.com/special events and check it out.
Here's Bumgarner.
He'll be there.
And he shoots it up the middle, and a nice backhanded play by Gurriel, and he'll throw him out. All Giants games at NBC Sports Bay Area are streamed live on the NBC Sports app for mobile or tablet. Stream the Giants on the go, brought to you by your Norcal Honda dealers. Here's McCutchen. McCutchen has bounced out to third twice. And he takes inside 1-0. There's a strike. Each team with 3 hits. Outside 2-1. Only other day game today was in Washington, D.C., where the Nationals beat the Atlanta Braves 8-3. Fouled out of play. Phillies are leading the East by a game. That's coming into today. Phillies will be in Arizona. They lost a tough one last night. They had a 2-0 lead going to the 9th. And the D-backs came back to tie, and then they won it, I think, in the 14th.
Walk-off home run.
3-2.
Good take right there. I mean, that was not an easy take either. So Keuchel will do him. He will tease you. He'll start something down at the bottom of the strike zone, and then all of a sudden, at the last instant, it either sinks out of the zone or the breaking ball crashes out of the zone. Keuchel wanted that one.
First walk issued.
Well, this becomes a steal situation here, I think. Take a look at 3-2, just missing that inside corner with 91. But again, everything down. Keuchel, the product out of the University of Arkansas.
Mustard takes outside for a ball. He's 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground ball.
Michael's doing the stare down at plate umpire Sean Barber.
And a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike.
When you get a tight zone, and it is a tight zone today, I mean, the two guys who are out there, Keuchel and Bumgarner, you don't worry about them. They just adjust to it. A tight strike zone and a guy who's a little wild, now that's a tough combo.
Three and 1 with Longoria on deck.
Pretty conservative lead from Andrew McCutchen. You get out around 10 feet, that's a C+ lead. Not really stretching it.
Three and 1. We'll see if Buster Posey gets something that he likes. And the walk. Keuchel looking in again.
Well, he's barking a little bit now.
Stassi's going to go out and have a word.
Oh, well, if we were in Arizona, Mike Butcher would have been out there 2 pitches ago.
Yeah.
Brett Strom, the pitching coach for the Astros, a little more patient, especially with a veteran like Keuchel.
Inside to Longoria, who's bounced out to third, and then he hit a ball well to right field, but it was right at Reddick. Two and 0.
Yeah, that's ball 10 here in the last 3 hitters. And the way that Longoria saw that one, he saw it early.
There's another visit.
Well, Longoria knows him. He's got 25 at bats against him. Keuchel with 2 outs has an open base. He doesn't have to give in.
Two balls and 1 strike. Good speed at second in McCutchen. Two and 2. Sharply on the ground, but Bregman puts it away, and that'll end the inning. 1-0 Giants. 1 for 2 in the afternoon. And a strike on the inside corner.
Perfect location. That's the one he wants. Falling right back in again. And that's what you say to yourself when you're in a 0-1 count. You say, all right, I'm going to try and go back in there again. If I miss, I want to miss inside. I don't want to miss out over the plate.
Foul. 1 and 2.
In.
Away and foul down the right field line and out of play.
Yeah, and away and hitting that corner too. You can go back in again. You can go back foot slider. You can try and bounce a curveball. You can elevate the hands with a fastball. Lots of options.
2 and 2. How about this? The two teams that were in the World Series last year spent the night in San Francisco last night. The Dodgers and the Astros. Dodgers are playing in Oakland tonight. Hit well, but in the park to Duggar. 1 out.
All right, now it's time for Built for Baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile. And Master Bumgarner with 6 strikeouts. What do you say we took a look at him right now? He gets Tyler with a breaking ball. Then White steps up. Fastball. Keuchel. Backdoor breaking ball. White grabs some pine meat. Keuchel. 6 punch outs. And for Bumgarner, 2 walks against those 6 strikeouts.
Tyler White is struck out twice. And he takes low. 1 ball and 1 strike. On the ground, foul. No Correa, no Altuve, no Springer. So the Astros will try to tread water until all those guys get back. No McCann. Two and 2.
The good news if you're an Astros fan is they should all be back this year. So don't despair.
Hit into Triple's alley. Duggar, however, got a good jump and it gets by him. And that may mean a triple for Tyler White, as White scoots around to third, and that's where he's going to end up.
Well, that changes everything. I mean, that is right there in the outside corner at the knees. It gives you an idea of the hand strength of White. Gets extended. That ball slicing away from Duggar, so he goes down into a dive. But once it gets past him, White, who's not particularly fast, I mean, that's a 3-bagger. And with 1 out, that is significant.
It's the second triple in the game. The guy at the plate had the other one.
Total strikeout mode here with 1 out and runner at third for Bumgarner.
On the ground, Posey coming home, and now they've got White in a rundown, and they'll tag him. Nice play.
Yeah, they had that pre-planned with 1 out. They were going to go on contact even with White's speed or lack of. Posey sees right in front of him. perfect throw. And White nowhere to go. And even better yet, they got the play done before Reddick had a chance to move up into scoring position.
So the perfect out for the Giants.
Yeah, and on one pitch too. So Reddick's got to think about stealing here. Bruce Bochy thinking the same thing. That throw over to first called by the bench. Reddick's got 5 in the year, but he's only been thrown out a couple times. But these are the scenarios when if you got a guy who can steal you a base, 2 outs, try and put himself in scoring position in a 1-run game, it's go time.
Stassi is grounded out to third and he's struck out. And as you said, Reddick is on the move and it's foul back.
You mentioned that score that was already in between the Braves and the Nationals. That's the first of a doubleheader. The other one tonight. It's a tough time of year to have a bunch of doubleheaders, and there's a lot of teams that have to do them now.
More off days this year, which is helpful. Not seeing Bumgarner use that move in a long time.
That was the one he used a lot when he first came up. It's the ones that makes managers cringe. 11 foot, that's starting to get to about a B.
1-2. The next pitch will be number 80. Hundley blocks it. Reddick decides to go, and he's going to make it.
It's pretty reactive base running by Reddick. That's big play. That ball did not kick away very much from Nick Hundley, but once he saw that ball go down the dirt, he had a nice lead into it. So the Astros do get that runner in scoring position.
Two-two pitch. Reddick goes outside. Reddick will steal third. For Reddick, that's his 6th. And the walk. Third walk issued by Bumgarner. One was intentional.
So a stress inning, and now he's being asked to make more pitches in this inning than any other inning he's had. And always a situation that will give the hitter an advantage in that this is the 3rd time that Stassi or Davis, J.D. Davis, the hitter, has seen Bumgarner, so he has an idea.
Hundley, nice play. 1 ball and no strikes.
They set up on the outside corner. They wanted to backdoor that breaking ball. This comes all the way across the plate. We haven't seen Bumgarner make location mistakes that big very often today. In fact, I can't think of another one.
And a strike.
And that was perfect.
Bumgarner, pitch number 85. And a strike, 1 and 2.
That was a perfect pitch.
92 miles an hour.
Absolutely zips J.D. Davis. Now he's got to cover that inside area. Now he can stretch it inside. He can try and backdoor the breaking ball. He can go below the zone with a breaking ball.
And here comes Reddick. Bumgarner's there, and they got him. Bumgarner got dinged a little bit, but he holds on, and that's going to end the inning.
He didn't get dinged like Reddick got dinged. I mean, watch the tag. I mean, he puts it on him. I mean, you run into a truck if you're Reddick. And the score stays 1-0.
Check this out. They're going to get a Giants by the numbers book courtesy of Cost Plus World Market. It details the Giants all-time uniform numbers, both numerically and alphabetically. It's super cool, you guys. You get to see how Giants Hall of Famers were given their numbers, and you get the story from current players as to why they selected their number. It's a must-have, and tickets are still available for that game on Sunday. Just go to sfgiants.com. Dwayne?
All right, Amy, thank you. Here's Crawford. Crawford taps it foul.
It is a very cool book. They did a nice job on that. There it is. Amy, who is an author, she appreciates a good book. And some of the pictures are just spectacular.
Amy G, hand model.
A the G.
On the ground to first. White.
She's got a little Vanna White in her, doesn't she?
Absolutely. So Crawford retired. Here's Hundley. Hundley's lined out and rolled out to third. Pops it back and out of play.
That play by Bumgarner that ended things for the Astros in the 6th inning. I mean, it's such a great play. And you know, you mentioned something between the innings during the break. That's his game. You're playing his game.
No, he likes contact.
Contact is his game.
If he's not throwing somebody down on the clubhouse floor, he's not having any fun.
Well, he goes into the trainer room every day, and he starts throwing around the trainers like they're sandbags.
High to Hundley.
Bumgarner, I mean, he's 6'4", 250. He's a big fella. I mean, country strong.
2-2.
Reddick is 6'2", 190 pounds. Maybe.
Wiry strong.
Wiry strong. Well, when it comes to contact, I mean, he's got to feel like he's running into a windshield. And really, we talked about the play from Bumgarner's perspective. Nice play from Nick Hundley.
Yeah, very nice.
To get to it, make a perfect throw. A lot going on in that play because as a pitcher, as you're coming to the plate, you're concentrating on the ball and you're not really able to see where the contact's coming from. You have to kind of feel where it's going to come from.
Payoff pitch. Fouled out of play. Xfinity X1 customers say, show me the San Francisco Giants into your X1 voice remote and get live stats on your TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1. Center field, but Marisnik's got a beat on it. Here's Slater. Here's the play one more time.
Watch the throw from Hundley. The underhand, perfect lead. And then Bumgarner plants him. Good jump, too, from Reddick, who's got good speed. Easy call for plate umpire Sean Barber.
Well, let me ask you something. Can pitchers block the play?
Yes, they can. Absolutely. Because it's always going to be the momentum of the play.
Slater takes outside for a ball.
I mean, you're heading to the plate, you're looking at the ball. I mean, they're never going to call that you block the plate off. I mean, that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to catch the ball and just jab towards that front side of the plate, anticipating that's where the play is going to be made and where the contact's going to be made. I think it's one of the most exciting plays in the game, especially when you have a guy out there who's 6'4", 250.
So that's the bug in the windshield play? Is that what you're calling?
That's exactly what it is.
1-2.
Good swing.
Got him. And that's going to end the inning. Through 6, it remains 1-0 Giants.
Once again, a pitching duel. Keuchel for the Astros, 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 run allowed. Bumgarner better, 6 runs, 4 hits, no runs allowed. Bumgarner with 6 strikeouts, Keuchel with 5. And look at the pitch count, 87 for Keuchel, 86 for Bumgarner. That's our Toyota game summary. Giants 1, Astros nothing.
And a strike call to J.D. Davis, who was at the plate when that play ended, the Reddick-Bumgarner play. And this is lifted out to McCutchen. 1 out.
One thing Bumgarner's been able to do today that you don't see very often. I mean, he's pitched through a leadoff triple, did not score, and a 1-out triple, did not score.
And a leadoff double.
And a leadoff double, did not score.
Here's the leadoff double hitter. That's Marisnik, who did that to open up the 5th. The break that he caught was Keuchel could not get him over with a bunt.
Saw action in the Astros bullpen. The left-hander Tony Sipp, one of 2 lefties they have in the pen, getting ready for the 7th inning.
Slater's coming in, and I don't think he's going to get it as it falls in front of Austin Slater. So that's a 1-out single. And now we're going to get a pinch hitter. It's going to be Evan Gattis. Gattis has 13 lifetime at bats against Bumgarner, and he's 4 for 13. So here's Gattis. Swing, gonna miss. No balls and 1 strike. Gattis, a pinch hitter in the game last night, went 0 for 1. He's got power. He's got 21 home runs. Hunley gliding to his left, 1 ball and 1 strike. Bregman is on deck. Giants have a day off tomorrow, and so do the Astros.
Bumgarner keeping an eye on Marisnik, who has excellent speed.
Astros will be back here in their same hotel in a week. They play the A's. They are headed home, however, to take on Seattle starting on Thursday.
I love this is the time of year where you're starting to see big series.
Yeah. Within the division series. Popped up. Who's it going to be? Looks like it's got to be Hunley, and it is. Get extra insider with info with NBC Sports Giants insider Alex Pavlovich. Interviews behind the scenes with all good news from the Giants, and you won't find it anywhere else. Only on NBCSportsBayArea.com, sponsored by Wendy's. Here's Bregman. Bregman takes just a bit outside, 1-0. 95 pitches. And with that in mind, Ray Black is in the bullpen getting loose. Yeah, that's a bit outside.
Bumgarner really not happy with that no call. Now he's in a different situation here. It puts Bregman in the driver's seat with the 2-0 count. And he will try and let out some shaft here. And again, a no call from Bumgarner. Voicing his displeasure. Trying to wrap around that outside corner. There's not a pitcher on the planet that doesn't want that. It just has been a very tight zone today. And one thing about Barber, it's been consistent. Now, it's real easy to get in this situation if you're Bumgarner and start pitching to the umpire because you're ticked off at him. You're not getting calls, but you have to keep your focus to the hitter, especially one with power like Bregman, who's got 22 bombs on the year.
And it's out of play, 3-2.
See the right-hander, Joe Smith. He has joined Tony Sipp in that pen.
Got him, and that's going to end the inning. It remains 1-0.
By Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. By Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. By Xfinity. X1 will change the way you experience TV. And by Kelly Moore Paints. Go where the pros go. Kelly Moore, the painter's paint store.
1-0 Giants. It's Tony Sipp, the new pitcher. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and brake experts.
New pitcher now for the Astros will be Tony Sipp. Sipp, one of 2 left-handers that they have. He's been in 34 games. That was a very solid season. 3-pitch guy, fastball, slider, and a split. And he'll throw the splits to righties.
Hansen with the foul back. Hansen finished Darno's at bat. He inherited an 0-2 count and ended up striking out, which went on Darno's box score. Pops this one up. It's going to be out of play.
Tony Sipp, no baby. He's 34 years old. In fact, he's 35 years old now. He's in his 10th year at the big league level. Came up with Cleveland in 2009, pitched with Arizona in 2013, but he's been with Houston since 2014. Fix that split finger grip before every pitch, like a lot of guys do.
Hansen out of play.
So officially, this is Alan Hansen's first at bat, right?
That's what I'm going by.
He came in the 4th inning. He inherited an 0-2 count from Chase Darno when Darno was hurt and had to leave the game. That at bat when Hansen struck out, that goes on the record of Chase Darno. If he would have inherited a 2-0 count, that would have been his at bat.
Duggar. And then we'll see what Bruce Bochy's going to do. Two and two. And the 2-2 pitch. And Hansen takes outside. It's 3-2. Out of play.
Good pitch, good fight him off right there to stay alive. Take a look at how it ended for Bum. And he gets Bregman on the strikeout. That finished things for the Astros in the 7th. Put a 0 for 4 with 1 strikeout on Bregman today. That was one of the matchups that I was looking forward to, and Bumgarner handled them well.
So it's 3-2. Hit pretty well to right. Reddick up against the wall, and he dropped it. And Hansen stopped running. Now he's got to pick it up. They got to play, and he's going to make it. Hansen, for whatever reason, I think he thought Reddick caught it.
I thought once he opted to go to third, rounding around second, he's going to be out by 10 feet. But he has got another gear. This ball just kept drifting towards the wall. And all of a sudden, you see Reddick get that much glove on him. I mean, he's a sure-handed outfielder. It's usually over. He hits the fence, it kicks out. And that was like the starter's pistol going off for Alan Hansen. Boom, now it's off to the races. And now all of a sudden he kicks it into another gear. And a belly slide for style points. And the Giants got a lead-off triple.
So here's Duggar. Infield is in. And Duggar takes a strike. Duggar has struck out twice in this game, and here you got to put the ball in play. Hunter Pence has grabbed the bat. And this little pop-up is probably not going to do anything but being out.
Well, it's going to make it a rough at bat for Steven Duggar.
So here's Hunter Pence. Jay Hinch is coming out. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your trusted oil change, tune-up, and brake experts. We'll be back.
In any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Francisco Giants Baseball Club, LLC.
Here it's a 1-0 lead. The Giants, they got a guy on third, now with 1 out. And it's Hunter Pence to face Joe Smith.
Well, take a look at Joe Smith. He's unique. He's a Schwingy side armor. 36 times he's come in, 3-1. 31 strikeouts. I mean, he's not just a sinker slider guy, although that's what you're going to see. He can also strike you out with that slider. It's a good one.
Infield is in. No balls and 1 strike.
And there was the big flat frisbee slider.
It's the Sergio Romo slider that we saw for a long time here.
Learn to love.
One and two.
3 pitches, 3 sliders. And he has not thrown the pitch over the plate yet.
And he got a piece.
To stay alive. 4 pitches, 4 sliders. And he hasn't thrown one across the plate yet.
Out of play. There's the fastball in that you had to think was coming sometime.
Well, I think that was just more to clean the palate. I think they want to continue to go on that outside corner with that flat frisbee.
Totally agree.
Plus, Pence had a nice swing on that inside fastball.
1 and 2. Got him. And that'll bring up McCutcheon.
And again, the payoff. That slider off the plate. I mean, Smith's throwing perfect sliders. And it's not an easy pickup to the spin. He's not tipping it with the eye of that rotation on the spin. So a big strikeout for the Astros, and can relax their infield back. And if you're McCutcheon, you were not up there looking for a sinker. After watching all those sliders to Pence, you were looking for a slider. And he will go to right field with it. Joe Smith is thinking, where was that? A little high in the eye of Sean Barber, the plate umpire.
2 balls and a strike. Tap foul, 2-2. McCutcheon is bounced out to third twice. Giants looking for a 2-out hit. And Smith comes in and gets 2 big strikeouts. And that'll end the inning. 8th inning coming up.
So come on out early, and we mean way early. Get here before 5 o'clock because it's going to start at 5. And it's going to be about an hour-long ceremony. A lot of guests are coming back to pay tribute to Barry. You're going to get the 5 Hall of Famers, Mays, McCovey, Cepeda, Marichal Perry. His former managers, Jim Leland, Dusty Baker will be here. And then former teammates, Rob Nin, Kirk Reeder, Will Clark, Royce Clayton, Eric Davis, and Bobby Bonilla. So gates open at 3:45, and be sure to be in your seats early. And oh, by the way, the first 20,000 fans will receive a Bonds number 25 cap presented by AT&T. Go to sfgiants.com for tickets. Right now, new pitcher for the Giants. It's going to be Ray Black coming into his 12th game, and he has been sensational. 1 hit allowed in 10 2/3 of 13 strikeouts. High velocity fastball, curveball, slider. Great stuff.
So here's Gonzalez. And a strike, and it's time for a change. Things speedy. Oil change and auto service. Your trusted oil change tune-up and brake experts. Breaking ball is, actually called it high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Foul back. 1-2.
Power on power right there. 99-mile-an-hour fastball challenge with Marwin Gonzalez, a good fastball hitter, looking for it.
On deck is Gurriel and then Tyler White.
Good 1-2 pitch. And from Marwin Gonzalez's perspective, that's a pretty good take. I mean, he's never seen a breaking ball down from Black, and to see it for the first time in a 1-2 count and be able to lay off, that's a good eye.
Hit well into the gap, and that's going to be at least a double. And the tying run is at second base. Let's check in with Amy G.
All right, guys, time for our Ask Amy G segment. Today's authentic fan question coming from Gonzo Ball, and it is for Nick Hundley. Nick attended the University of Arizona. The question is, who is Nick Hundley's favorite University of Arizona athlete of all time? Well, I asked Nick Gonzo Ball, and he said that's easy. New Hall of Fame inductee Trevor Hoffman. They played together Nick's freshman year at U of A, and then they played together again Nick's rookie year, 2008, with the Padres. Nick went on to say that Trevor is a Hall of Fame player, but he's also a Hall of Fame person. And as much as he accomplished on the field, he did so much more off. Trevor Hoffman, Nick Hundley's favorite Wildcat. Guys?
Yeah, good answer. In tight to Gurriel. 1 ball and no strikes.
And if you ask Amy Ju who her most famous UC Davis alumni athlete is, I'll bet she says Daniel Descalzo. I'm just throwing it out there, Amy.
1-0 pitch. Right there at the knees. Swinging a foul, and that got Hundley.
That was a 100-mile-an-hour fastball that he took right in the face. Mr. Posey's in the infield grass coming in from first base watching Hundley very carefully right in the head. And again, that was a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Strikeout situation, and Black is not throwing a breaking ball yet to Gurriel.
1-2. Two and two.
Nice play by Hundley. I mean, you just take a 100-mile-an-hour fastball in the forehead. Now you got to come across the plate and catch a high-velocity snap from a breaking ball that's in the dirt with a runner at second. You can't give up that 90 feet. That's a nice play.
Two pitch. He's thinking about going. And Ray Black is not that quick to home plate.
A lot of hard throwers kind of fall into that category of not that quick out of the stretch. Especially when you're in the strikeout mode, you're thinking about that hitter.
Got him.
100-mile-an-hour right across the letters. A little second stage hop that went right above the hands of Gurriel. I mean, this is just country hard right here. just threw one by a good fastball hitter.
See post-game live, fellas. Feldy and Sean Estes.
One of those guys can pull off a chicken suit.
Tyler White tripled into right center field in the 6th. He's 1 for 3.
I mean, you get some healthy challenges right here. I mean, Tyler White, good fastball hitter. He's up there gassed for number 1, and he gets it. And that fastball just got his attention. There's the ball, dude. They're easy to spot.
Oh, and 2. 101.
Letting out some shaft. Reach back and throws one right through him. That's his happy zone. That is his zone. You're talking about country hard going against country hard. I think Nick Hundley caught that ball, turned around to Sean Barber, the plate umpire, and said, "How'd I catch that?"
So it's 1 and 2.
3 pitches, 3 fastballs.
On deck is Reddick. One and 2. High and deep to left. Slater back at the wall. Gone. White just hit a 99-mile-an-hour fastball out of the ballpark. How about that?
He was never thinking about anything else but the fastball. And you know what Bruce Bochy's thinking? Why not one breaking ball in the dirt? Fastball. And Black knew it when it left the bat. And the Astros have done it again late in the game.
So here's Reddick, and Reddick takes a strike. Well,
timeout as the ball came onto the field.
and a pop-up out of play. It's 0-2.
Yeah, just power on power, and Tyler White never got off the fastball after having 2 thrown right by him. I mean, he was gearing up. He wasn't thinking about anything but.
Remember, he also had one right around the chin, too.
Which will accelerate your bat speed.
Two and 2. Reddick skies one out to left field for Slater. 2 outs. So here's Stassi. Stassi drew a walk in the 6th. And there's a breaking ball for a strike. Look out. Ball gets away from Black. It's 1 ball and 1 strike for the Giants in the bottom of this inning. It'll be Posey, Longoria, and Crawford. Up the middle, and that'll be a base hit. Stassi with a 2-out single. And the hitter will be J.D. Davis. Davis has bounced out twice, and he's hit a fly ball to right field. And a foul back and out of play. It's 0-1.
Ray Black trying to get his team back in that dugout. They have been stomach punched this inning. He needs to get his offense up there, trailing just the 1.
Spins it in there for a strike. It's 0-2. And that'll end the inning. As Hundley will throw to Posey. So the damage is done. Tyler White hits his 4th home run of the year. Bottom of the 8th coming up. It's 2-1 Astros. On NBC Sports Bay Area. It's a 2-1 lead for Houston. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and brake experts. It's Colin McHugh. And he'll be facing Buster Posey. And a strike to Buster Posey. Buster today is 0 for 2 with a walk, and here he takes another strike. It's 0-2.
You look at Colin McHugh's stuff, and it doesn't quite equate to the statistics that he has, because he's not an overpowering guy.
Buster fouls it back.
What McHugh does so well is pitch. Low 90s fastball, cut the ball, curve ball, slider. He adds a little, subtracts a little. Outstanding command. But for McHugh, 53 innings, he's given up 26 hits. He's walked 13 guys and he struck out 69. I mean, those are big time numbers.
Changing now, Fisher's in left. Gonzalez moves from left to second, and Gurriel goes from second to first. Here's the 1-2. Slowly hit to Bregman. Bregman in the dirt, and a nice dig out by Gurriel. One down.
Well, indeed it was. I mean, I think by Gurriel just got from second base to first base. The first play you get is that one. Nice dig. Posey got out of the box well too. I mean, that was his number one effort getting down that line. And there's the dig we're talking about from Gurriel. It's a great play.
Here's Longoria. Longoria's 0 for 3. One for 14. Longoria against Colin McHugh. 0-2. Look out. 1-2. And Longoria waves at a pitch in the dirt, and he's tagged out. 2 outs. And it'll be left up to Crawford. So A.J. Hinch is coming out. We're going to get a new pitcher. It's 2-1 Astros. TV, game of the day, pitch tracking. Download MLB at bat today.
New pitcher now for the Astros will be the right-hander Ryan Presley. Take a look at what he has done this year. In 54 games, 1-1, 74 strikeouts in 52 innings against 19 walks. That's great stuff. A fastball that's mid to high 90s, got a curveball and a slider.
So Crawford stands in. He's 1 for 3. He doubled and scored in the second.
Watson the lefty, Sam Dyson the right-hander.
And another strike. It's 0-2. Out of play. Comes back with another fastball. Hundley on deck. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Down the left field line, moving over is Fisher, and Fisher gets caught by the mound. It happens all the time.
It's kind of a weird feeling if you're Tony Watson. The guy's coming right at you, and Watson just casually walks out of his way, and there you see Fisher hit the mound. After that, all bets are off. It's just a speed bump in the middle of the road, and luckily he was not injured.
Crawford this time to Fisher, who goes back, and he makes the catch. He hit that ball pretty well. 9th inning coming up. Live at 6 p.m. Also streaming live on the NBC Sports app. Tony Watson's your new pitcher. When it's time for a change, think Speedy. Oil change and auto service. Your trusted oil change tune-up and brake experts.
53rd time that Tony Watson has come into a game. To see the numbers: 49 strikeouts against 11 walks in 48 innings.
And Marisnick tries to bunt, and he fouls it at home plate.
You know, Watson is one of those guys. He's so easy to take for granted because he's been very, very consistent. He's not a guy that's just a left-handed specialist. I mean, he can get righties out, not a problem.
And Longoria spears that one out.
Adam Ball's help. Longoria was playing even on the grass, thinking that there could be a bunt. I mean, he never was even able to take a step. Nice play.
Here's Fisher. Fisher got an at bat last night as a pinch hitter, and he struck out. Here he takes a breaking ball for a called strike. Swinging a tapper, foul, nothing in 2. In the bottom of this inning for the Giants, it'll be Hundley, Slater, and Hanson. Here's the horn blower.
I bet that thing can hold 400 people.
I think you're right.
It's a big boat, maybe more.
Down low, 1-2. And he got him. So Fisher strikes out. And Bregman will hit. Bregman is 0 for 4. 4 of those at bats, all 4 bats were against Bumgarner. And he takes a pitch outside. 1-0. Astros will fly home. The Giants will go home for a nice dinner. There's a strike, and then a day off tomorrow, and another nice family dinner.
Yeah, Giants get back-to-back nights in a row. They can spend some barbecue time with the family.
Two and one.
So Hector Rondon, the closer for these Houston Astros, getting ready, going over who he's going to face.
On the ground, Longoria has this one kick off him. Crawford recovers, and it's not in time.
Bregman just too fast to give you another chance if he can't come up to it with it cleanly.
If it's ruled, then it'll be a tough air on Longoria just because of the in-between hop. And they're going to give Bregman a base hit. Allowing Gonzalez to hit.
Tony Watson has to pay close attention to Bregman here. He's got 8 steals on the year, and this is another opportunity. You know that A.J. Hinch, skipper for the Astros, would love to get another run of insurance.
on the year for Bregman, 8 steals.
So it's in his skill set. He's got good speed. And with Watson, I mean, he's a guy that if you guess right, he can give you some time to steal. He's got a number of different leg kicks that he'll give you if you're over at first base trying to steal.
Low to make it 2-1. It's been Bumgarner, Black, and Watson. And Watson spears this one. And that'll end the inning. So we'll go to the 9th. It's 2-1 Astros.
Change made by the Astros. It's going to be their closer, Hector Rondon. He's got 12 saves on the year in 43 games. 51 strikeouts in 40 2/3 innings. You're going to see a high velocity fastball, mid to high 90s. Slider and a changeup. League not really hitting a whole lot against him. 216 combined.
Facing Hundley. Hundley swinging and fouling out of play. Hundley's 0 for 3. Oh, and 2. Rendon last night. Rendon threw 19 pitches. Slater to follow. Got him.
98. Just an easy arm delivery too, not an overthrow.
So here's Slater. Slater hit by a pitch in the 2nd, singled in the 4th, and he struck out looking in the 6th. Looks at a pitch down low. 1 ball and no strikes. Alan Hansen is on deck. There's a strike underneath the hands of Austin Slater.
Alan Hansen would love to step in that batter's box as the go-ahead run. So a little cutter on that outside corner. I mean, see, it's a slider, but it's not a big one. It doesn't have to be. 89-mile-an-hour breaking ball, perfect location. So now, if you're Slater, defend.
2-2. Down the right field line and foul.
Got a little scare there for Hector Rondon as that ball was going towards the foul line. You're thinking, hey, wait a second, that's got some length. Just slices foul. Ballpark, every once in a while, will remind you, it is a short porch. In the daytime, you get carry. And even right-handers can hit one out on occasion. Hard to do at night.
Full count, 3-2. Hung in there very nicely to stay alive.
Not getting any hangers from Rondon. Dugout looking for energy. A base hit would give it to him. A walk would give it to him.
There's the walk.
And there's the walk. Well, it was the Astros that broke the hearts of the Giants last night, and Alan Hansen's got the power to do the same thing to them today. As he mentioned, there's carry to right field right now. And Hansen is a guy who will definitely try and do it.
Chases and misses. No balls and one strike.
No problem with him chasing that pitch that's down. I mean, his power, we've seen a lot to right field from the left side, is down and in.
Reddick way out into Triple's alley. And the outfielders for Houston, all of them deep. A base hit past Gurriel at first, and Slater could run for a while. Slowly hit, and they got him at first. 2 down.
Foul ball.
We'll do it again.
Well, that's a break. Remember, until that ball gets to first base hit, that is the call of the plate umpire. Sean Barber coming out. I mean, really, I think that the mistake was made by Rondon. Rondon had an out right there.
That or Gurriel charging it. Come and get it.
So that's huge. Hansen gets a second life.
Now the Astros will put on the overshift.
See what he was thinking. Not a bad idea. If a guy's going to swing his stuff down below the zone, especially a low ball guy, give him one, but just lower the sights a bit at 98. Not a bad pitch.
Fisher over, and Fisher this time bangs into that sidewall. It's out of play.
Not afraid of a wall, is he?
No, I think he likes contact. So Hansen in a battle with Rondon here in the 9th. Got him.
Hard slider at 88 in a perfect location, so he gets the strikeout. I mean, this is an explosive pitch. I mean, slow motion really doesn't do it justice. 88-mile-an-hour breaking ball. Perfect location. So the Giants down to their last out.
So here's Duggar. Duggar at the plate. And he takes low. Got pretty good speed at first base in Austin Slater. Strike.
Paint at 97 away. I think Rondon has done. He hasn't really made any mistakes out over the middle. Been all around that strike zone, and he has not teed one up.
Slater gets back. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. We are in the 9th with 2 outs. And Slater at first.
Well, the Astros thought they had him. And they're going to look at this. Close.
Well, they got no reason not to look at it, right?
Well, this would be a rough way to lose a ball game. And the Astros have a good argument. I'm not convinced 100% with the angle that we have seen. We've just seen the 2 looks. This replay review is presented by Xfinity. Had a lead.
No, I can't tell where his hand is.
He definitely tagged him. I can't tell either. I mean, if those are the only 2 looks right there, I don't think it's clear and cut.
I'll bet though that they had him.
That's how it looked. Not enough there. So I think if you're a rookie, you're Austin Slater. That was a rough 45 seconds. He had to get showered up in the Astros clubhouse.
So Duggar waiting now, 1 ball and 1 strike. Joe Panic is on deck. It's number 20 coming up from Rondon. Two and two.
Again, I mean, he's not laying out any mistakes to location whatsoever, and he's coming in there at 97 and painting corners. Duggar has one home run. He hit his first one in Arizona. It came in a 2-strike count, and it came on a breaking ball down and in. That was close.
I think they're going to send him right here. 2 and 2. Foul back. He did not go.
And that was the most hittable pitch that he's had in this sequence. '97. And Duggar just missed it. Very good swing. Head stayed down. It never moved off the ball.
Up the middle. And that's the ball game. So Duggar hits it well, but it's snagged by Bregman at short. And back-to-back losses here against the Astros. Giants go 0-4 against the Astros, but these last two games really tough to take because of the late inning home runs by Houston.
Tough to take because these are games the Giants thought they had won, and tough to take when you lose to your bullpen, which has been very, very good protecting these leads. So, I mean, this was a report card series. They played these Astros tough. They got exceptional starting pitching from Derek Rodriguez and Madison Bumgarner today, and they walk out of here with 2 losses.
2-1 is the final. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for Giants Postgame Live, presented by Toyota, which is going to start right now.